Thank you, Carol. Hello, hi everybody. Good afternoon. Hi Mazlita, hi Atsfa, Raihan, Johnson, Morgan, Raihan, and Bernard.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us today. We will start the session shortly. We're still waiting for others to join in. So while we're doing that, if you guys want to grab your coffee, your tea, your drink, your snack, please go ahead. In about, I think, 1 or 2 minutes, we will start the session. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Johnson. And I encourage you guys to use the chat function to introduce yourself and what you do, so that we know who's in the room today, and at least among yourself, you guys also know, the other participants' background and what they do. Hello, hi Morgan from Batik Boutique. Nice to see someone else from Batik Boutique. Usually it's always Ryan and Amy. Nice to see the team is growing. Okay, everyone else, you can use the chat function to introduce yourself so that we know who's in the room and what you guys do. Okay, I think in 1 more minute, we can start the session. So for those that join in us later, they can join in us later, and we can start first, maybe in another 1 minute. It's 2:40. First of all, I would like to apologize. I had to switch off my camera because I'm having a connection issue. Trying to fix that from my back. From my end. Okay. As I can see, some of you introduce yourself. Please continue that. Also, I would like to extend a greeting from our CEO, Renuka Sena. Unfortunately, she didn't join us today due to other commitment. So guys, for those that are new to this session or might be watching recording on LinkedIn, let me take a moment to explain what is MIDAS is all about. So MIDAS is Proficeo platform to activate impact. Via MIDAS platform, we curate activities and programs to scale impact-driven business solution via collaboration partner between government, industry, academia, and impact bank. So since we launched our MIDAS brand last year, we have organized a few initiatives such as Impact Tuesday. So Impact Tuesday is our monthly event where we discuss impact-related topic. It can be a panel discussions like what we had last month, or AMA sessions like what we have today. And we also have our Impact Accelerator program when we run with Meranti, UNICEF, and other partner, and the APAC Impact Challenge where we run this with our Australian partner. And lastly, We also developed a 3R directory to shine light on 3R solution in Malaysia. Find all of this information in our LinkedIn page. You can just search MIDAS MY, MIDAS MY, and you can find all of this information there. Okay, so this month, our topic and theme is on the power of crowdsourcing. I believe that means you have contributed money, time, resources to charity or at some point in your life. I think we all familiar with the traditional one-to-one concept of supporting a single charity. However, what sets Incitement apart is the flexibility and access they provide through their platform. It builds bridges between profit and non-profit organizations and offer hundreds of worthy causes that you can support, not just limited to one charity or project. This is not only applicable to individuals, but also extend to corporations seeking to make an impact through their CSR initiatives. So Incitement platform offer more than just a support. It enables us to do more. But before I hand it over to Daniel, I want to invite everybody or encourage everybody to have an engaging conversation. So please post your question in the chat and we will address your question later. Okay. So now to shed further light on this, I would like to invite Daniel, the CEO of Incitement, to share with us more about himself, what he does, and the solutions they provide to assist impact-driven organizations with their charity and social campaign. So over to you, Daniel.
Yep. Thank you very much, Afzal. Pleasure to be here, and thanks to the Proficeo team, MIDAS team, to have us here. We've been having some interesting conversations over the past few weeks, few months, and thanks for all the participants to join this session to learn a little bit more about Incitement, our platform, and how we could potentially help your organization with some fundraising, with some exposure, etc. I'll give a little bit of background on Incitement, how we started, the various sort of pivots that we've made in order to get to where we are today, and hopefully after or during you have some questions about how our platform could potentially help your organization to do fundraising, to do to generate more awareness, to generate more reach. So feel free to leave any of your questions in the comments. My colleagues Zikri and Chris are also in this meeting, so if you have any questions and I don't see them, I'm sure that they will be able to answer them as well. I have to start bigger screen. This should be better. Incitement is an award-winning organization in CSR, corporate giving, and charity crowdfunding. We started in 2011. We started as a social movement. Actually, we started with organizing events, community organized events here in KL, Malaysia. This grew very quickly against our expectations to multiple countries. We ended up organizing independently community organized events in 46 different countries in the years 2011 to 2014, which really helped spread the brand, spread what we stand for. Today we provide pragmatic and hands-on technology-driven sustainability solutions, and we do this to support companies in achieving sustainability goals. So we work with a lot of different corporate organizations. We work with a lot of different companies that want to make sure that they can contribute to environment or society, and through technology, through different types of software solutions, we help them achieve this, whether that's through supporting charitable organizations, whether that's through supporting grassroots organizations or different types of communities or beneficiaries directly. We would try to support them in that. The slide is showing
Yeah.
both slide 3.
Actually, Daniel, we can
slide.
see the presentation, presenter notes. Maybe you want to reshare again so that we have a full.
This presentation has it has presenter notes. I didn't even realize it had presenter notes.
Yeah, maybe you can share it.
Can you see? Is it better now?
Actually, we can still see the presenter note.
Yeah, I
maybe
can see
you
it now too. Yeah,
show.
dummy text.
Yeah.
Hold on. Like this? No, it's gone. Can I start the slideshow without presenter notes? Is that actually
Actually, you can.
possible?
Maybe you go out again. Try to click. Yeah, click to use slideshow. I think if you. Yeah. Can you see that slideshow?
Oh, but can you see the? I can see it. Can you see it as well without the notes?
We can still see it. Anyone
yeah, I can also still see it.
Mac user, can you assist us with this?
It's. I'm not sure if this is troublesome. I don't think there are many presenter notes. But you can see my whole screen basically. Is it?
It was better just now because the size is bigger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hold on. Let me try something else. Let me try it like this. Share my screen, and then my apologies for that. How about this?
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. It's because I had an external screen connected. Thanks for pointing that out, Afzal. Sorry about that. Let me move.
Okay, let's go back to your story.
Yes. So today, as mentioned, we work with 2 different segments. We work on the corporate giving part. We work with a lot of different companies, and we work with a lot of different charities where we offer them our crowdfunding platform. And this crowdfunding platform, I will show it to you in a bit later. I will show a demo also of some very exciting new features that we have coming up that are already there. So this is where we also support the charity organizations and creating awareness, raising donations through a set of marketing features that we offer. Okay, there we go. Some of the highlights over the years. 2014, we had events organized in 46 countries after starting in 2011. 2015 through 2017 were very hard focus on our CSR collaborations. We work with a lot of different big MNCs, SMEs, big GLCs, such as PepsiCo, FedEx, L'Oreal, BP, Bank Negara, CIMB. In 2016, the same story. We work with a lot of different big organizations to implement their CSR project, both locally and regionally, as well as our partnership with the Ministry of Finance under the NBOS initiative. Then in 2018, we started collaborating with HSBC. We launched Malaysia's first ESG featured credit card in partnership with HSBC Malaysia. This is an initiative that is currently today still active. If you go to, for example, HSBC Malaysia's website, you'll see that on all the credit cards, they have a 1% contribution. If you spend with your credit card, if you make a donation with your credit card, they top up the 1% to charities on Incitement. In 2019, we launched our charity crowdfunding platform officially. And this is shortly thereafter, we started working with our current technology partner, FusionX Group. We've been working with them since for the past couple of years to create more robust and stable technology that can help our corporate partners and can help our charity partners to achieve their goals. In 2021, we built WWF Malaysia's donation and community platform. So we work very closely with WWF Malaysia, and we built their platform as well, which is also still live. You can visit it on their website. In 2022, we launched a charity influencer platform. So this was a result of pivoting during the lockdown situation around the world. We can go into that a little bit later as well, but we are currently working with a lot of different KOLs, a lot of different influencers that can earn a commission for promoting charities. And the reason we did that is to create a more leveled position for charity organizations to be able to generate awareness, since a lot of influencers, they work with big brands, they get decent payments. They work with Lazada, they work with Shopee, they work with Pandora, they get payments and for promoting these products and services, whereas the charity organizations often have to rely on good faith and good intentions and don't have anything to really offer the influencers. So we launched a platform that allows the influencers to very easily spread awareness for a charity, and if they raise donations, they earn a commission. So this is a very successful initiative that we launched for our charities and the various influencers that we work with. And this year, quite recently, actually it was late last year, we launched embedded donations platform, for which we are already partnered with various large banks, supermarkets, lifestyle apps, and also in the sports sector. And I'll tell a little bit more about that later as well. We really try to focus on bridging the gap between sustainability and technology. We've been trying to do this since 2011, and our goal is to help on the corporate side, help these organizations to achieve their sustainability goals, and to be able to really catch up with the very, very fast-paced, fast-moving ESG drive that we're currently seeing. This is moving incredibly fast, and a lot of our partners aren't entirely sure how to go about this in the best way possible. So we help them achieve this. And we are partnered with FusionX, which is Southeast Asia's largest big data technology provider and market leader in Southeast Asia. And with them, we help our companies with robust technologies. We do a lot of different things in the sustainability space. We work on volunteering initiatives. We work on crowdfunding, CSR. We have an influencer platform. We provide AI and big data solutions. We focus on ESG. We are really, when we talk to our partners, one of the things that I personally really enjoy is that we are quite flexible in how we work with our partners. We have a variety of different commercial models that we can work on there, and also we enjoy to work in a customized, tailored format so that the partnerships hopefully work out well. And most of the time, this is also the reason why I think there's such a good click between Proficeo, potential portfolio companies, and Incitement, is because we are willing to work one-on-one with each partner, which is very nice for us, because we really get to know our partners and their goals, and come up with tailored solutions, tailored campaigns to help them achieve their goals. I'm going to skip this slide. I'm going to skip some of our clients. Yeah, I'll briefly touch on this as well. So this is a slide with some of our clients that we work with over the years. As you can see, a lot of different partners in the corporate sector, in the government sector, in university sector as well. One of the features that I'd like to highlight that I think is a very interesting feature, and we had a lot of discussion with Proficeo team about this as well, is our embedded donation feature. This is a feature that allows organizations on Incitement to be promoted not on Incitement's platform, but in the platforms of our partners. So how this works is an organization joins Incitement. This organization can enable a range of features. Some features are immediately available, and some features are available upon verification of your organization. Typically, we work with charities, but we also work with social enterprises or even Sindir and Bahat organizations that have a very clear and very strong overarching social mission. This embedded donation feature, we require a verification process from organizations that we work with, which means you have to send your documents of incorporation, articles of association, financial statements that have been audited, things like this. Once you have been a verified organization and we know you're a legitimate organization, we can push you into the network of our partners. These partners, they would like to offer their database and their ecosystems of users and customers and followers with the opportunity to donate to their favorite causes. So we've developed together with FusionX, we've developed a feature whereby our charities or our organizations on Incitement's platform will be pushed into the apps and the mobile apps or on the website of our corporate partners, so that our corporate partners can tell their database of users, guys, come to our platform and make a donation. So if you go to Denor Lifestyle app, for example, you can download their app, you can go to the donations section inside their mobile app, and as you browse through various charities, you will be under the impression that these are charities that are served to you by Denor. However, the reality is that this is a rendering of Incitement's charity marketplace inside the Denor app. So the donation is actually made to a charity on Incitement. So this is a very powerful feature for our charities on our platform, because all they have to do is go through a verification process, and we can raise donations on their behalf by leveraging the networks of our partners. Our partners, some of our partners, not all of our partners, earn a commission for these donations. They are entitled to a commission because we're leveraging on their distribution networks and their marketing channels. So we see this as a reimbursement for the effort that they do to drive traffic and to drive donations. Of course, not all of our partners take this. Many of them, they do this purely out of charitable intention. So they waive the commission completely, in which case the entire donation ends up with our charity partners. This is how this works. So we are a partner with FusionX. FusionX has launched a embedded fintech platform where various products and services can be pushed into the ecosystems of our partners. So this is finance products, utilities products, event ticketing, insurance products, a lot of different services we offer. And our partners, which we call digital leaders, they can feature these services and products directly inside their apps and websites to give their customers, a more comprehensive, a more wholesome app experience. And one of these services is the donation service. We also have an influencer platform. This is the second feature that I would like to highlight. This is a platform that we launched a while ago where influencers can log into a separate platform. So we have our Incitement platform, which is a platform for our organizations and our charities. You can go there, you can register there, you can enable features there. And at the same time, we have a separate platform, which is our partner platform, we call this. This is an influencer marketing platform. Here we onboard influencers, KOLs, volunteers, students, any kind of follower or fan who wants to promote a charity organization and earn a commission. So the reason that we developed this platform, it was during the lockdown that we launched this. What we saw is that there was a major influx into the online space. Every organization that did not have any kind of online presence was then forced to establish an online presence because they had to close their storefront, right? Nobody could visit their storefront anymore. So what we saw is, as everybody has probably noticed, is a major influx of new users and new demand. And as a result, platforms like Google, like Facebook, like Instagram, they had to adjust their auctions for advertising. And what we saw is triple, quadruple of pricing. SMEs especially as well as charitable organizations, smaller organizations that have smaller budgets, they were already struggling on platforms like Facebook, where you build your fan page and you are effectively you have to pay to reach out to your own followers. That's how Facebook eventually ended up dealing with its exponential growth, because to serve content to your own followers, you basically had to pay Facebook to do advertising. As a result, the prices skyrocketed for advertising. So smaller organizations could no longer advertise, and they had to look for different distribution channels. Social commerce was then at the same time also a trend that was on the rise. And we saw many influencers and key opinion leaders, KOLs, build very big audiences and collaborate with more and more with brands to promote services and products. The background of influencer marketing, especially in the context of charities, is that influencers tend to work free of charge for charities. But this is a problem, because typically big influencers will only work with big charities. It's hard to find influencers that are willing to work with smaller charities, but also because if an influencer has an offer of a company to promote X product for in return for X reimbursement, for X fee, and on the other side there is a charity who is reaching out free of charge, who has nothing to offer, no incentive to offer to the influencer, 9 out of 10 times the influencer will choose to promote the product because that's what generates revenue on their channel. So we wanted to create a way for charities to effectively compete in this influencer industry, so that if they reach out to an influencer to run a campaign with them, they have an incentive to offer, which is a commission that they can earn over raised donations. So when the KOL refers a donation, they will receive a commission from the charity. So this was a feature that that did very well, that is doing very well. A feature that is accessible for verified organizations, and it really allows you to tap into the ecosystem of new ecosystems of donors through, for example, an influencer network, through, for example, a group of students who can spread your cause in a group, a family WhatsApp group or a Telegram group, right? You can get into networks that you otherwise would struggle getting into. It also allows you to activate your own network. Say that you are an organization and you have raving customers, you have groups of students who approach you because they want to help you with achieving your social mission, or you have volunteers or otherwise ambassadors or fans. This is a platform where they can sign up. You can send them to our platform, to the influencer platform. Once you are listed and verified, they can generate their own unique link. So each KOL or each person who signs up for this platform can grab their own link, and they can immediately start promoting your organization in their networks. And for every time they raise a donation, they will earn a commission. The good part about this is that it's a risk reward model. So you only pay when the donation is raised. So only when you raise money is when there's a payment. We do sometimes work with influencers on high potential campaigns where we, of course, pay them a fee upfront when they have very strong networks or very strong engagement as well. So we have different types of collaborations. But the beauty of this model is that the influencer gets paid when they are successful, and the organization pays only when they earn money. So there's no upfront cost that you need to invest in order to engage influencers per se. All of the administrative burdens are handled by us. So we disburse to your organization, we disburse to the influencer, we provide both sides with reporting, with marketing campaign dashboards, so that you can track what is happening, how many donations that you've raised, where they came from, who was the donor, etc. Just the standard stuff. We work with the influencer to give them their commission on a monthly basis. I will skip this slide about our charities, and I will skip the rest as well. I would like to give you a brief demo of our platform. So I'm going to share my screen with you here. So you should be able to see Incitement's UAT environment. I'm using our demo environment specifically because we have major release coming up over the next 2 weeks or so. I've explained this to the Proficeo team, and I wanted to show you some of these features rather than talk about them and letting you imagine about what they're supposed to look like. So if you come to Incitement as a organization, hold on, let me move this down. As an organization, you can click here on the nonprofits tab. This is for our charity organizations, and it's very easy to list your organization here. You can click the big list your charity button, and you'll get a screen where you give the details for your charity. So you would insert your name, what your charity does, which country, if you are a registered nonprofit, yes or no. If you are, then prove some documents to prove it, so we can already initiate some of the verification process. If you offer tax deduction, yes or no, then there's some categories and some logos, and it's very easy to then create your charity page on our platform. Once your charity page has been created, it will be showing up on our Explore page, where people can come to make a donation. So they can look for different charities, but they can also start fundraisers. So here, if they go to the charity section and they're looking for a charity to donate to, then you'll see different organizations here where they can browse through different categories. They can message you, they can reach out to you directly. They can share your organization, of course. They can then donate, and they're taken straight to the checkout. They can click on the organization name and then learn more about your organization, and they can start a fundraiser. Now, if I start a fundraiser, I can start a fundraiser for any organization on the platform. So when I click on this Start Fundraiser button, for example, then I will be taken to a screen where I get to select, browse through the different organizations that I can start fundraiser for. So if you would list your organization on our platform, you immediately show up here. I can, for example, say I want to select this charity. Then I can start a fundraiser and start, in this case, for Global Environment Center, I can start raising money for them in a matter of minutes. So this is a great way for you to really engage with your own follower base if they could start fundraisers on the platform. Now, there's 2 ways that they can go about this. Again, we are very flexible and we have a lot of different options. They can start a fundraiser, and they can then start immediately sharing your organization, or they can, if your organization is verified, and then I think I need to log in to show you this. If your organization is verified, then you're allowed to enable a feature which we call partner promotion, which means that you are going to be promoted in our network of partners. And by partners, this is a broad definition. We talk about our corporate partners under the embedded donations platform, as well as our KOL and influencer partners. So this partner platform, for your information, you can find, become a partner. You can find that on partner.theincitement.com. Just in case you would want to have a look and learn more about this works, partner.theincitement.com. That's the platform where our influencers sign up. We have different types of campaigns, leaderboard campaigns, etc. So you could send your user base or any kind of ambassadors or big raving fans to this platform, and they would, once they register, they would be able to see your organization, grab the link with their own unique referral code, and earn commission when they raise donations for your organization. So how that works is if I go to one of my pages, here there is a big fat blue verification button. So you just click this, you're taken to a form where you're asked to submit some information. Once it's approved, you will receive a verified tick on your page as well, so that our donors and our platform users can see that you are a verified organization. And once you are a verified organization, you are able to simply go here and toggle this feature. Currently, you have to verify your page first, so this feature is not enabled yet. But once you are a verified page, you're able to toggle this button, and once that's done, you will be automatically available inside the partner program to our different partners. I think those are the main features. If you want to learn a bit more about what you want to do, you can go to theincitement.com/charities. Here you can see a comprehensive overview of everything, or most of the things that we offer. Recurring donations, different types of fundraisers, embedded donations, one-off donations, fundraiser campaigns. We have a lot of different community tools so that you can engage your community of donors, so that you can share updates with your community on Incitement to give transparency into what you're doing, what the donation is going towards. You can completely customize your page, etc. With that being said, I will stop sharing my screen and then pass it back to Afzal for the next part of the session.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel, just before we go to the Q&A, do you have like any case study, any example of successful campaign that you want to share with the crowd? I mean, so that they can relate
Sure.
if they are trying to do something similar.
Sure. Let's just sharing this screen. So we have some case studies. I think a case study that I like to share is a matching campaign. So we've done this a variety of times with a variety of different partners. Here we are showcasing a matching campaign, a matching program that we did with a large national insurance provider. Here we worked with a charity called MACNA, which is the National Cancer Organization in Malaysia. And we created a fundraiser campaign on our platform where we did very straightforward matching. So we would place the logo of the insurance provider on the fundraiser campaign. So this is some custom development work that we then do with MACNA in this case. So that it gives an incentive for the insurance provider to share in their networks this campaign as well, because everybody who lands on this campaign will then, of course, see the logo of the insurance provider. We would then rally some of our partners, so some of our fundraisers, some of our volunteers, of course, MACNA itself, the organization would promote this. We would promote this in our network, and the donations that were raised would be matched one-to-one by the insurance provider. So this is a very good example of how we can come up with campaigns that generate awareness for the sponsor if that's one of their goals. Typically the goals are either awareness or employee engagement. Those are the two biggest incentives that we can give to the corporate sponsor usually. In this case, some good awareness for working with a variety of partners who drive traffic and eyeballs to a fundraiser campaign for a good cause. We, of course, ran this campaign in, I believe it was October, when it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we try to couple these campaigns with relevant actualities, so with relevant holidays or bank holidays or festivities. So that we can sort of piggyback on the awareness that already exists, so that we can maximize the exposure. Let me see. I think this would be a good case study. Oh, this slide doesn't say too much, but of course we have one campaign that we did just recently in, I believe it was March or April, very brief ago. We worked with several badminton players, so national badminton players, which of course is the leading sport in Malaysia, and we would get to work with them on their Instagram and Facebook channels. They would endorse a specific charity, and they would send traffic to this charity on our platform. These are so the badminton players did not want to receive any commission. They're doing this free of charge, but they are using their partner links so that we can provide them with insights on how their campaigns perform. And these influencers, these badminton players would, as an incentive for making a donation, they would offer to the donor that they can win a training session with them. So somebody who donates to, I'm not sure what the cause was, but to the charity that we worked with at the time, I believe it was Hospice Malaysia for end-of-life care. If the donor would make a donation, they would stand a chance to win, to spend time with their favorite badminton player. The same we did with another, I believe it was a TV or a radio celebrity. We worked with a charity, and as an incentive for the person to donate, they would be able to stand a chance to win, to go to this was with the IS and Chow Kit, to go to the IS and Chow Kit's location and hand out meals together with the celebrity to the underprivileged community. So we try to couple this with a bit of an incentive when we work with the influencers, and these types of campaigns tend to work quite well, because if you have an influencer that is already passionate about your cause, that has some affinity with your cause, and can then also offer an incentive to further create engagement and reward for somebody to make a donation, this typically works quite well. So those are two case studies that I can share from the top of my head.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for your insightful presentations, not to our crowd here today in the room, also for our future crowd or whoever that will watch this video from our LinkedIn page. So if anyone want to ask question, feel free to unmute yourself and ask question. I think while they're still thinking about their question, maybe I can start first. I still remember, Daniel, when I started my career back then with Impact Hub Kuala Lumpur, we co-organized Incitement monthly event. I remember there's like hundreds of participants were there, and you guys bring in your partner, talk about certain topic. From impact related topic up to youth empowerment, and later you get them to become a volunteer. But I see the same element still exists within your platform, and now you added the charity feature. So my question, Daniel, what inspired you to start a platform like this in Malaysia, and your vision for the future?
Great question. Thanks, Afzal. I came to Malaysia in 2011 as an intern, and I had to write my university thesis, and I worked for a company in Malaysia to do that. Before I came to Malaysia, one of the reasons that I came to Malaysia, I wanted to go to a part of the world where there are different kinds of social challenges than what we have here in the Netherlands. Now, the Netherlands is a country where things are perceived to go relatively well. It's a wealthy country, and I wanted to, with the intention of going to Malaysia in the first place, was to be able to contribute to some of these social challenges. I then met at the company that I worked for my founding partner Zikri, who's also in this meeting, of course. And we started just organizing some events. How it started is we wanted to bring people together and share new ideas. And actually, it started to pick up when it started to pick up, we realized that we wanted to make it into a bit more than just sharing ideas. Of course, everybody knows the TEDx and TED platform, an amazing platform. We were inspired by that as well. And we wanted to find a bit of a different angle at the time in order to set ourselves and our community events apart. And that angle was charity engagement. So one of the initiatives that we ran for quite a few years was called Incitement Growth, and this is an initiative where we worked explicitly with refugee and migrant communities, immigrant communities in KL. We did this for many years, where we provided education. A guy called Eugene then initially proposed, hey, can I not come and pitch at your event to recruit some volunteers? Because we had a lot of people every month, every other week in these events, and he saw, maybe I can get some people who are excited about this cause and can help me with this project. And that was a very big hit. A lot of people signed up for volunteers. So that's when we realized, okay, this might be a good direction. So moving forward, we started coupling our events with an overarching social mission, with a charity partner, to either recruit volunteers or to raise donations or awareness. And this is sort of when we geared into the direction of a social mission, like very, very strongly, and have never left it since. And we then we were able to work with a lot of different charity partners. A lot of them were very content with the amount of volunteers that we could then recruit from the different events in different countries also. And we thought, okay, well, volunteers, of course, is one thing, but one thing that charities want more is funding. And this is how we decided to then go into the space of corporate social responsibility. The first client that we worked with was PepsiCo. They sponsored a large project for our Liter of Light initiative. And this is kind of when we never looked back anymore. This was the direction that we had to go into to help corporate organizations connect with our charity partners.
So very interesting. I mean, you started with one idea, and together with the community, it's developed to what Incitement is here today. I mean, for me, it's a very interesting journey. And as Malaysians, sometimes we don't realize that this kind of thing actually can develop to something very useful. It's always about people come together, work toward achieving one good mission. I think we have a question from Morgan from Batik Boutique. So the question is, can you share the cost of joining? And if I can add to that question, Daniel, what is the timeline? So as organizations, where they come on board, they submit their document, and what is that process look like, the timeline, to then where they can launch the campaign?
Yeah, thanks Afzal. Thanks Morgan also for your question. The cost of joining is there is none. There is no upfront cost, I should say it in that way. Like most crowdfunding platforms, we have a platform fee. We charge this fee on a success basis. So when the platform is successful in raising donations or funding for you, that's when we have a 5% flat fee. So that's the cost. So there's no cost to registration, there's no cost to listing, there's no cost to doing the verification. All of this is free of charge. But when there is a donation, when there is funding that comes in, that's when we have a 5% flat fee. The timeline is, well, you can go to theincitement.com. I would advise you to go there in a week's time so you can use our new release, which we're very happy with. It's going to be a big improvement compared to what you would see now. you would register, you would list your organization. This is a matter of minutes. Then you would click verify. This is the filling up the form is also a matter of minutes. So within 10 minutes you could be done. Then our verification process, I would say it usually it's done much faster, but I have to say that it takes up to 5 business days to conduct a background check on the organization and to make sure that the validity of the documents is correct. But typically it happens within 1 or 2 days. So you would be able to enable the feature for partner promotion in 2 days time. So it's roughly, so to speak. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can see that it's very user friendly. So we have a follow-up question from Morgan. So the 5% flat fee plus 10% commission for the corporate or influencer?
Yes, that is correct. So there's different types of donations, so different types of classifications of donations that we have, of course. So if there is a donation on our platform that does not come from a partner or an influencer, then there is a 5% fee. Then of course we don't pay any partner. If our system can detect that this donation is referred through a partner link, then there is an additional 10% for the partner or the influencer. That is correct. Yes. I should also mention that on our checkout, so when somebody makes a donation, the donor can actually tick a checkbox to cover the 5% fee. So the donor can say, I want to make sure that all of my donation goes to the organization or the charity that I want to donate to. They can tick the checkbox, in which case they cover the 5% fee, which means that if this donation is an organic donation and doesn't come from our partner network, then you will receive 100% of the donation. So there's no fee to you at all. And if it comes from a partner, then there's a 10% fee. Yeah. So the donor can cover part of the fees as well.
Okay. So Daniel, like, are there any restrictions on who can create a fundraising campaign or donate on your platform? Because I'm just giving example. I think you can also see from the crowd today, not everybody that joined this call are social enterprise. Some of them, they are tech businesses, normal profit businesses, but I think post-COVID, a lot of them adopt impact. I mean, they want to contribute back to the community. They have the impact element in their project and whatever. So how Incitement support this organization?
Incitement itself is a Sendirian Bahat. Before Magic at the time started developing a social enterprise framework, which I guess nobody really knows where that stands at this point, but before they started developing this, Incitement also positioned itself as a social enterprise. The nonprofit model is one that is very useful for very specific types of organizations, and we felt also for ourselves that a for-profit model but overarched with a social mission was more appropriate for us. We have various social enterprises on our platform as well. So that means that either some of them are really in the social enterprise framework, some of them are B Corps, but some of them are also Sendirian Bahats or for-profit organizations, but they have a very strong social overarching mission. When an organization onboards on our platform, anybody can onboard, anybody can list their organization, and anybody can start a fundraiser. So all of you here can list your organization and then can start a fundraiser for your organization, or can get your own network to start a fundraiser for your organization, as well as our platform users. They can come and they can start a fundraiser for you. The verification part is different. This goes to our governance team. and they do a background check. And of course, they look for standard stuff like whether your reports are properly audited, whether there are any outstanding court cases or red flags. If you submit ROS documentation for Malaysian organizations, so Register of Society, then this is if everything is in place, is an immediate pass. If you submit documentation for under ROC, then the governance team will look at your profile. So they will look at they will look in a bit more detail at where expenses go, how the social mission that you purport to have, how this is being implemented, and what is being done to sustain that mission and to make sure that that it really overarches what you do, that it's not a greenwashing effort, so to speak. Of course, this is something that we have to be careful of, because once you receive your verification tick on our platform, we give the green light to our donors that this is a legitimate organization, and the donations that they make will go to the cause that you say it's going to go to. So the governance team will then look at whether or not the overarching social mission is strong enough, compelling enough, and acted on enough to receive the verification tick. Thank you, Bernard.
Yeah, I think very interesting to also criteria, behind the due diligence. Okay, I think maybe that also like how you ensure, I think from that question, I just want to expand a little bit, how you ensure that transparency and accountability, especially from the donor side or from the third party, because anything related to money, people will have this question in their mind, like how you communicate this back to the committee, the donor, the individual, so that they feel safe. They know that they can trust the platform.
Yeah. So the donor relies on the verify tick, and what we try to encourage our organizations that use the platform for fundraising to do is to post updates. So we have some community social media features in our platform, excuse me, whereby you can post updates that will be automatically emailed to all of your followers on the platform. So every follower who has made a donation, every donor will automatically follow your page, and every time you post an update on your page, every follower will automatically receive an email that there have been updates. So we try to encourage our partners to take lead on being more transparent about what happens with donation. This is for the crowdfunding part. We don't enforce it as such, but we try to provide features and functionalities in the platform to make it very easy to do so. Also, we reward posting content on our platform with something we call purpose points. So pages as well as platform users, they can earn purpose points, and these points they can actually donate to charities on the platform. So you can actually earn this. You can be forthcoming in sharing progress updates, impact updates, transparency updates, and you will earn these points, which you can then later cash in against donations for your cause as well. So we try to provide an incentive for it. This is for the crowdfunding part. For the corporate part, there are typically impact report requirements. So we have quite strict reporting requirements for when it comes to financial report, impact deliverables, these types of things. So we have different contracts for it. So if there's a corporate partner involved, there are it's a case-by-case scenario, but there's different agreements that we put in place with our grantees for the types of reports that they should provide and the timelines for it. So there are two different parts to it.
It's very interesting to know that you guys are thinking all aspects when you're developing the platform. I think we are coming toward the end of our conversations today, but I think before we end, I would like just to check if any of our audience want to ask more questions. Anyone want to ask question? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask question. Okay, I have more questions, but I think time is not allowed us to do. To do so. But thank you so much, Daniel and Incitement team, to be with us today for today's session. And I believe that it's not just a one-time collaboration. I hope we can have this kind of collaboration again in future. And as I mentioned earlier, this recording will be shared with the community. So if they have any question or they want to connect with you guys, we will assist them in that connection. And also for you guys, if you want to find out more about Incitement and what they do, where can they find all this information, Daniel?
Yeah, the best place to go to is theincitement.com. So go to the main website. We have all the information is there. If you set up an account, then you have chat support, we have knowledge-based support, we have you can have my personal email address as well. I think I'm just typing it here in case you have any questions. If you want to connect, feel free to reach out to me on email or on LinkedIn, and we are happy to we're happy to run some campaigns with you guys.
Yeah, yes. I also hope the same. I hope in the next few weeks or months we can see some of our alumni also be and promote this to help them initially. Okay, I think that's Absolutely. All. Again, thank you so much everybody for spending your time with us till the end. I hope to see you guys for the next month Impact Tuesday. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Everyone, representation there.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye, Christian. Bye, Raihan.
Carol, you can stop the recording.